Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Kramer again, talking about TRT. And I'm in the middle of making some food, just got off work. And I want to talk about some things that have been happening. So, the first topic I'll talk about is administration of the TRT. So, the most standard way to receive TRT treatment is through injections with needles, obviously. But I am one of the unfortunate individuals who has something called vasovagal syncope. If you have it, you might not know what it is, because I went my whole life until like last year without knowing what it is. So basically, my body severely overreacts when I receive a shot, and I pretty much you could just Google it if you cared to learn about it, but my blood pressure drops dramatically, and something else happens. But basically, you start to, the worse it gets, the more likely it is that you faint and get unconscious. So anyway, after I made my videos last time, 2 weeks ago, I suffered from that, but I didn't care because the trade-off was there. It's like, yeah, I almost passed out, but if I have to almost pass out once a week, I was like, yeah, I'm down for that. Especially because I've dealt with vasovagal syncope my whole life, like I said. So it wasn't really, it sucks, but if you're used to it, then it's easy to deal with. So anyway, that leads me to the next topic, which is, I will pull this out. I'm taking a cream, and so basically all you do with that is apply it to your inner leg, inner thigh. And so I've been on that for 2 days, and I don't feel as good as I felt after the shot. I felt great after the shot, but I feel, mostly there, which is great. I feel okay. So one of the things I want to talk about is hunger. That's another symptom of low T, in my opinion, because I haven't seen anyone talk about it, but I would go all day without eating and not care. You're depressed, food doesn't even taste that great, you have no energy, you don't even care if you eat. That's how I felt. But since getting back on, having testosterone in my system again, food tastes great, I have an appetite again, I'm gaining weight, which may end up being a problem, but I don't really care because I'm just so thrilled to enjoy food. I like to eat. I think about eating, and it brings me joy to consume things. Whereas previously I had just been eating just to get, not die, pretty much. And sometimes that's not I still enjoyed sweets, but if you have low T, you know what I mean. You just couldn't really care less. You give the least amount of fucks possible about food and everything. But I feel like it's cliche, but I kind of feel like a new man. And this is on a cream which isn't even known to boost your levels to that high. So if I got to so I talked to the assistant or administrator, I don't know what to call him. I'm just going to turn this off. I was going to make a pancake, but I'll just finish this video. But basically, he said he took the cream for a while, but he capped out at 700 total. Which, for me, that's still 3.5 times what I was at. Because I was at, well, not 3.5, maybe closer to, about 3, because I was at 250. I thought I was at 2. Anyway, you can still get decent results from creams, so far as I understand. I'm not taking androgel. That's what I thought I was going to get put on, but I'm not. I'm just on some random proprietary blend, I think. Maybe not proprietary. I don't know. It's just some random compound. I don't know. I don't know much about it, but I was like, well, the doctor didn't want me having shots anymore because he didn't want me passing out. And he's just like, well, let's just try this and see how this goes. I was like, all right, whatever. So that's what I'm on. And like I said, I've been on that for 2 days. And so I was hanging out with the girl that I was talking about in my most recent video, where I was talking about like I feel back to feeling low T. I was hanging out with her again, and the actual interest in like sex was there. I wanted to like touch her, and I had some desire, not as much as I would like. So yesterday, I had gone maybe almost a week without like masturbation or finishing in any way, and I still just did not really care about sex at all until I put on the cream. So yesterday was the first day I put it on. So I'd gone quite a long time without it, and then like as soon as I put it on, I was like, whoa, like I definitely feel a little bit different. And as I was like driving to her house, I was like noticing like girls on the street. I was like, I never notice girls, and it's like actually like thinking about them and like having some sort of desire, and that was really unusual for me. So that was cool. And today, kind of the same thing, not as much. That's probably just because like I got off yesterday. Not trying to like be explicit or anything, but less desire, but still like having actual like thoughts about women, and like being like, oh yeah, like that's someone like I would want to hang out with and like be physical with, as opposed to just like, I live right by University of Washington in Seattle, and like I see like good looking girls all the time, and I feel nothing, or I have felt nothing. And yeah, I didn't really like realize how much of a problem it was until now that I have like some testosterone in my system, and I realize, well, also like some missed opportunities for sure. Anyway, so like sexual desire is up, but not to where, because ideally I'd like to. I think a good comfortable place is to want to have sex once a day. I think that would be cool. I don't need to do more than that. I know there's a quote about, so there's a video about TRT and the UFC, and Rampage Jackson has a quote saying, he's like, oh yeah, I'm back to having sex like 5 times a night, and I was like to me that's really far away. But if I had levels in like the 900 plus, 1,000 plus, then maybe I'd feel that way too. Like today, even so, like just staying on the topic of like sexual desire. Like I said, I think I already mentioned this, but like I was like noticing girls today too, and I was like, I thought they looked pretty, and I had like again like some thoughts of like some sexual thoughts, but still like not a whole lot of like physical desire, but it's a great improvement. Another thing I wanted to talk about, this is mostly impromptu, so sorry if it's like a little bit all over the place. Another thing too is like I googled it maybe 2 weeks ago, I don't remember when, but I was shocked. Again, I'm always shocked about like average sex drive. It said the average man gets like 11 erections a day, and I get 0. If I'm not on TRT, I get 0 every day. If I get 1, it's like, oh, like exciting. So I got 1 today thinking about hanging out with a girl, and I was like, that's cool because that never happens. Well, obviously I just said that. So the sexual desire obviously is up. I keep saying that, so I won't say it again, but I'm happy about that. That was really the main symptom. And then I guess the last thing I'll talk about is drive and clarity of thought, things along those lines. So from the cream, I still don't have, it's the same thing. I don't have the same clarity of thought. I don't have the same drive as I did that day and day after. Like, so the day I got the shot and the day after I got the shot, I felt so good. And I had like a lot of drive, like I said in the video. And I feel probably about 30 or 40% of how I felt the day of getting the shot. So I don't know. I guess those are just kind of random metrics that don't really mean anything to you guys. It only means something to me because I know how I felt. But I don't feel obviously as good, but the fact that I have some improved symptoms, it's great news. I'd rather live my life like this. Of course, I'd rather live like this in the way I had been, like low T symptoms. So it's a huge improvement, although it's not. I'm certainly not going to be satisfied feeling like this. I want more. Um, but yeah, things are good, and I will, as always, update it if anything else interesting happens.